Hey everybody, how you doing? It is lunchtime. And that means it's another great episode of Lunchtime Talk with Steve. Today we have Makiba back on there with us, and she's going to talk to us more about the healthy lifestyle, the vegan lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and run the intro, and we'll be right back with Makiba. All right, one second, people. Okay, and we are back. All right, so today we have on the show with us, we have Makiba Jane. Let's go ahead and bring Makiba in. How are you today, Makiba?
I am doing great. How are you? I'm so excited to be back. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm excited to have you back. All right, so for those who don't know you, and I mean, I don't know who that could be because everybody knows Makiba Jane and everybody knows Cultivate Life. So for those who don't know you, go ahead and introduce yourself, all right?
Okay, well, my name is Makiba Jane, as Steve already mentioned, and as you could see on the banner there. And basically, I have a platform called Cultivate Life, which is an online health and wellness network. And on this network, we share local resources in the community that facilitate a healthy lifestyle and just an overall well-being. So we have products on our website. We have connections to local vendors, businesses, and just people in the community who are always sharing information about how to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Oh, okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in there, and let's talk about that healthy lifestyle. Now, as you know, I always joke with you that vegans just eat grass and roots and stuff like that. Tell me about that healthy lifestyle. Tell me how you can make it fun and how other people can, like me, how can I replace my oxtail? Last time we talked about the vegan oxtail. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so the kind of misconceptions with a healthy lifestyle or a vegan diet or any type of diet is if you really want to make sure that what you're consuming and what you're intaking is of the optimal nutrition. And the way that you could do that is really simple. Eating much more live, raw fruits and vegetables that grow from the tree. Like, we live in South Florida. We have the benefits of living in South Florida. Things that you can pick, things that come from the garden, produce. You want to shop in like the outer, well, I only shop at one outer section, but the outer section of your supermarkets, because that's where the freshest food is, that's where the livest food is, that's where the unprocessed food is. The more processed food you're introducing into your system is the more mucus you're going to create. And as Dr. Sebi said, if you guys ever heard of Dr. Sebi, he actually had the cure for cancer, AIDS, diabetes, lupus, using African biomineral, studying that the components of what we need as African Americans or just people of the African diaspora, and found that when you eat certain foods that are traditional from our culture, then you have less mucus in the body. And you eat certain alkaline foods, which is foods that have the pH of 7 and higher, then your body creates less mucus. And all those diseases that say itis, that end with itis or arthritis, anything that ends in itis means inflammation, and that's causing mucus. So
when you get the itis after you have a big meal.
Exactly. When you get the itis, you got a lot of mucus. So it's really creating less mucus, and the way you do that is eating naturally, healthy. And so that's what you want to do.
All right. So how do you know the pH balance of your food? I mean, when you look on the back of the food, it doesn't say what the pH balance is, unless it's the water. The water tells you that, but what about regular food? How do you know? I mean, we know something like pineapple is acidic, but how do you know the pH balance of other things?
Well, for people who follow the alkaline diet, which is Dr. Sebi's recommendations for all people of the African diaspora, there's actually a food list of approved foods, and these foods are what they call non-hybrid foods. Now we have kind of the trend of having GMO foods in the supermarket. So it's the non-hybrid foods are the ones that carry this pH. And if you follow the alkaline diet, there's actually a food list and a food guide that contains some of these the fruits and vegetables. So like plum tomatoes, certain versions of callaloo, like quinoa, just different green banana, coconut water, things that we have traditionally consumed as a people before, being inundated with the SAD diet, which is standard American diet. So that's a guide that you could find online. If you just do Dr. Sebi's alkaline foods guide, that's just right there on Google. Or if you're not ready to go to that step, then you could just also eat much more live fruits and vegetables as well. And you want to do that while you want to consume like half of your plate should be fresh, live produce. And if it can't be live, then lightly steamed, because the more you cook the fruits and the vegetables, the less nutrients the food contains. And you have to think about it. These trees produce fruits. The plants produce fruit. These are living things. We are living things. So the more you consume items that are living and fresh and live, the more energy and then the more regeneration you're going to find within your cells in your body, because you're eating that direct energy from the earth.
All right, and I just want to mention one more thing too that I forgot. I forgot to mention at the top of the hour. So people that are watching me right now, watching us on replay, which I know a lot of you watch on replay because I got the messages. We are now live on lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com. So if you're at work and, for example, you don't have access to social media on your computer or can't use your cell phone, whatever, just go to lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com and you will be able to what do you call it? You'll be able to watch us live on there. I lost my train of thought there for a second. All right. Actually, Lakeith, I got a comment on here. Is it true that white rum helps with the common cold since it comes from sugarcane?
Okay, so the white rum is not helping you with the cold. I mean, the spiciness of the rum, you might have that, effect of it alleviating the symptoms because anything that kind of contains that spice, that heat, that pepper is going to help with raise your body temperature. And actually, that's what's alleviating the symptoms of the cold. But consuming rum, just so to say, like I have a cold, I'm gonna drink a bottle of rum, that's not really helping you because that sugar too has been processed, and then that's where you find that our people tend to suffer from diabetes because we're consuming just large amount of processed sugar, whether it's within our food or rum products or whatever it is to have you.
But the rum tastes good though.
Yeah. That tastes good. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, the foods that we have been accustomed to eating, especially living in a modern Western society, these foods taste good. I'm not going to deny that fact. I've only been, I've been experimenting between a raw vegan diet to just a vegan diet. Prior to that, it was vegetarian. And, I've done that for the past 12 years. And I found how certain foods affect me. Now, obviously, because before that, I used to just eat whatever. So you want to really understand how food is affecting you. You want to understand the relationship you have to food. It's not just something to satiate your taste buds. You want to think of food as your medicine, food as healing. It says there's a quote by Hippocrates says, "Let the food be your medicine, medicine be like food." So that's definitely how you want to think of food. And then for those of you a part of the Caribbean diaspora, you will remember, your parents giving you bitters and aloes and things like Cerasee. And,
Yeah, Lucy didn't like when you were a kid. That much she didn't like
those
that today.
things may not have tasted very good, but they are cleansing agents for our body. And, sometimes when we, migrate to the Americas or migrate to different things and adopt different cultures, we forget about the positive benefits of these foods that might not have tasted so good, but these things were a part of our traditions for a reason. So,
All right, so LaRue was asking, he said, is there a list of foods that we should eat it? And if so, where can we find it?
so there's not like one definite list of foods. Of course, whatever you decide to do, if you decide that you want to try being a vegan, for instance, you can look up vegan alternatives to your favorite foods and see, okay, how can I use different legumes for my protein? How can I use different dark green vegetables like kale and callaloo and spinach, for my calcium and my vitamin D? How can I use alternatives to rice, such as quinoa and such as amaranth and such as ancient grains, wild rice to kind of still give me that feel, but then have the health benefits and the health components to it. So there's not an exact list. The only exact list, as I mentioned before, is Dr. Sebi's alkaline list, because being alkaline, you're making sure that you're only eating foods of a certain pH, and he has defined that list. So that's, again, something that you could Google, or if you are part of my page or my group page, that's something that we have posted. I also did a YouTube video on my YouTube channel about the misconceptions and the benefits of alkaline vegan foods, where I had a follower of Dr. Sebi who's followed Dr. Sebi's protocols for many years. He's written several books on the topic and has stayed with Dr. Sebi, and he is a big proponent of an alkaline vegan diet, has healed many of his own complications and diseases. And I had him on my channel to explain exactly what the alkaline diet is and what that does for you. So you can also check that out if you want to just explore different things. But being health conscious, or being, I don't want to say be a vegan, because not everybody's going to be a vegan and not everybody's going to be a raw foodist. So I want to say be health conscious. Be health conscious about what you're doing. Be health conscious about what you're consuming. And always think of how can I make this dish healthier? How can I make this benefit, my body? If I'm used to eating, okay, like what's a traditional, okay, tell me, Steve, what's a traditional dish you like to eat?
Oh gosh, oxtail, chicken, fried chicken. I can run down the whole list. I'm
Okay, well,
if you're from Barbados, you probably like sauce. You probably like, you know what I mean? Well, fish is alright, because I mean, well, not for vegans, I guess, if you guys don't eat fish, but you know.
so, okay, so like say let's do traditional oxtail dish, right? Now, you might not have the oxtail as a vegan, even though there is now vegan alternatives of oxtail, which I find interesting. But you might not have the oxtail as a vegan, but you could definitely get some like oyster mushrooms, which are really fibrous and kind of have that meaty texture. And you could definitely stew some of those with the same carrots, with the same butter beans, with the same type of seasonings, and then have like a healthier rice or a healthier grain, like I just explained. And then instead of like, cooking the greens to death, you can maybe have that steamed. So you're still getting that taste and still satisfying that craving, but now it's actually benefiting your body than that traditional oxtail dish from Dutch Pot or wherever. So.
What about like the benefits of things like turmeric or ginger? Because I mean, I start to see a lot more now, about turmeric and different things that we had back in the day, things that our grandparents and our parents cooked with. But like you said, now we got here, we don't do the same things. So what are some of the benefits of turmeric?
So turmeric is an anti-inflammatory herb or tincture. It grows just like ginger. So once you consume turmeric, it has various benefits. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. I could just Google the benefits. But remember, I said most diseases in our body have inflammation attached to it. So the more turmeric, the more ginger, the more cayenne, the more garlic, the more things that kind of heat up the body that you're consuming is going to actually get rid and help to rid some of that inflammation that you have stored in your body. And a lot of times people tell me, okay, well, I tried to, do vegan for a week, or I tried to do this and I got sick. Yeah, that happens because now what's happening is your body is releasing the toxins that it was holding. So a lot of people might go on a cleanse and they might go on a detox and they might suffer from headaches. They might start having, cold and fever symptoms. That's because you're activating the body's natural defense systems, you're activating the body's natural healing mechanisms, and now it's filtering, your blood, it's filtering through your organs, and it's releasing any toxic materials, and that comes out as waste, and that waste is mucus when you blow your nose. That waste is, sometimes you feel that pressure, that headache if you have, sinus issues, or if you are addicted to caffeine, or if you have a lot of sugar, because now that waste is coming down. So sometimes people are afraid of these effects. So they have when they're cleansing and detoxing, but it's nothing to be fearful of. It's actually your body's way of healing itself.
All right. And what are some of the other things that we should be using? Again, turmeric is good from what you're saying, but what are some of the other things that we should really look into that?
So you definitely want to consume superfoods, and superfoods are just foods that have like several benefits for the body. It's not just like one benefit, and they tend to get rid of like free radicals. They tend to reverse aging. They tend to even prevent our cells from developing cancer. Now, I'm not going to say it cures cancer because I'm not a medical doctor and I can't say that, but certain things like, soursop leaf that works in cleansing our body cells. And, what cancer is when one cell becomes toxic and then starts feeding those toxins to the other cells, and then you develop cancer. So when you can now detox these cells in your body by consuming these superfoods, you have sea moss, which has so many vitamins and minerals and nutrients that we don't even think about that our body needs. But we have our 70% of our body is made up of water, just like 70% of the earth is made up of water. So if you think about just that comparison to how we're connected to nature, you want to definitely be consuming things from the ocean, like sea vegetables. Dulse is another sea vegetable that you could actually sprinkle on salads. And they saw this as a seasoning. It's just like a seaweed seasoning that can replace your table salt because it does have that salty taste, and you won't miss the salt. And that's going to provide your body with those biominerals that I spoke of that Dr. Sebi mentioned. You could consume things like moringa. A lot of people now are growing moringa plants. You can make a moringa tea. You can buy powdered moringa. You can buy moringa capsules. Doing that will help you. Things such as spirulina. Spirulina is another seaweed that's traditionally in the stores. You might find it as a powder. You could put that in a smoothie when you're making a smoothie. You want to consume things like chia seeds, which is a powerful antioxidant. I had chia seeds this morning. I just made a smoothie bowl, which was just like, some pureed mango that we froze, some coconut water, made it like an ice cream. My children were like, ice cream for breakfast, yay! And I put like the chia seeds and the coconut flakes and some berries, just like simple things like that. It's not really hard. It's not recreating the wheel. If you find it hard to find these things, then just you could always get at me on my page, and we have the references where you could go to find them in the community, because we're always looking to support our people first in the community, and then if we can't get them, then we can go to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, or I for one like Vitamin Shop, because their prices always have buy one get one specials, and their prices are amazing. Also, what I started doing is I have my own supplements that I take too. So, like, this is one of them, which I spoke about last week. And I know a lot of people might
ask you about those.
Yeah, a lot of people might have seen this because this company has really popularized a lot of their products with the introduction of CBD, and we could talk about that. But this is a liquid multivitamin that contains 72 minerals, 12 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 18 amino acids, and 18 vegetables. This is the equivalent of eating 10 big salads. So if you're not eating 10 big salads, all you got to do is fill up a capful, right? Just like this. And I'm actually going to show y'all how easy it is. And that's it. So now I've had my, vitamin and mineral nutrition for the day. This is also a daily detox tea that I take. And now a lot of people are taking this for weight loss. I don't take it for weight loss, but this has the CBD detox tea. And I like this because it comes in one little sachet, just like this, right? And I'm going to be real about you. I do this. And all I do is shake it up, put it in my water bottle right here. And I like to do this because this helps keep me regular. It helps to detox any, crap that I might have eaten, even though,
No pun intended.
Yeah, even though I try to eat as clean as I can, but I don't, all the time, do that. So this helps to kind of detox whatever is still lingering. You just shake it up and drink it. It tastes like raspberry iced tea. So that's another thing. It has so many benefits of hemp. It increases mental clarity. It cleanses your intestines and your internal organs. So if you're not doing senna and those traditional bitters, and you don't like those traditional bitters, this is something that's easy for you to do, which, I saw on my site. For my children, you could also give this to your children. This is a 30-day supply. So I just like to have this for me. I'm a little bit selfish. But my children like these gummies. I'm not a child. I don't do gummies. But, this is Juice Plus, which many of you may have heard of. And this is a company that has whole food juice blends. So these are coming from real fruits, real vegetables. If your children don't like fruits and vegetables, this is the way that they can get the fruit and vegetable nutrition. And it comes in, this is the vegetable blend. It has a berry blend, and it has a fruit blend. We actually have all three blends, and like just taking two of these gummies, they're gonna get broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, lemon, kale, and rice bran. So the nutrients from that is in two of these gummies. So just these are like just little things that I have as a part of our kind of daily maintenance along with the foods that you eat. So this is like sort of like a way to start for someone who's like, I don't know where to start, where to begin. I want to be healthy. I'm not really ready to, take the leap and just, maybe just eat salad as you guys think we do all day. But that's not it. This is also a really great product. This is from Queen Afua, for those of you who've heard of Queen Afua. Queen Afua actually is one of the a magnificent elder in the community who has a woman's rite of passage, and she has a book called Sacred Woman. I actually went through her rites of passage program, and currently I'm a Sacred Woman practitioner where I help facilitate these healing circles for women. And these are one of her products out of many that I also use. But this is called Breath of Life. And as you can see, there's just 2 drops, and it's really, really strong. So I just do like a shot of it. Those people who like their shot of rum, shot of whatever, do a shot of this. This has peppermint and eucalyptus essential oil. What? You didn't know you could consume essential oils? Yes, you can. And what this does in the morning, that this helps, when you wake up in the morning, you kind of feel groggy, you kind of have like, mucus, everything. Kind of gross, but I take just 1 shot with 2 drops in it, and it helps clear up anything that I have going on, along with my lemon water. So, you don't have to like overthink health, because it's really, really simple. I was trying to read, somebody had a different comment, but yeah.
Julia had a comment. She was asking what's the best way to consume turmeric?
So the best way to consume turmeric for me is the turmeric powder. I like to consume the turmeric powder or the raw turmeric. So if I can get my hands on raw turmeric, because remember, the closest it is from being unaltered, the more nutrients you're going to consume, right?
Well, I mean, but to cook it or you need to blend it.
No, what you could do, like if you're okay, so say your rice and peas again, right? Okay, or if you have some chickpeas and some dal or whatever you're making, some lentils. When right before your pot is done, you just grate the turmeric right over it, stir it up, let it sit, and then that's your turmeric. So that's the best way if you could get it raw. I know sometimes it's hard to find raw. Typically, if you go to like the Indian markets, you'll find it raw for an economical price. But if you can't get it raw, then I like the powdered turmeric. I sprinkle that, and then of course turmeric tea too. But just remember, the more you heat, the more the food is processed, the less of the enzymes are getting into your system.
And Aura was asking, do you share your knowledge with kids and on the public schools and things like that, or what do you do?
Okay, I can share a little bit with that about that. Traditionally, I'm a homeschooler, and I've always put my children in they were either homeschooled or went to African-centered schools in the community here in South Florida. For 2 years, we did do public schools. My children are not vaccinated, but that's everybody's personal choice of what they wanted to do. I just researched effects of vaccines, and I didn't really like what I found, so I just chose to not vaccinate the children. So when they went to public school, they have a religious exemption so that they could go to public school without being vaccinated. However, that is not my first choice, just because I just don't agree with some of how they're being educated. But hey, like I said, everybody's personal choice. When it comes to how to, I guess, keep them healthy in that type of environment, it's challenging, because they're being influenced by other children, and just now they're, oh, what's that, and what's this, and what's that. So what's great now is that there's a lot of healthy alternatives to traditional snack foods or traditional things that people like to eat. So you could also, find ways to do that for like lunch alternatives or just ways to so they could still feel like they're a part of that school culture without having, their meals compromised. So I don't know if that's what you meant, if that's what, if that answered your question, but that's
Um,
what I do.
so, well, I think probably what he was asking is, do you go into the schools and share, even having some things like that with them so that they know when they're even having this?
No, I haven't done that as yet. That would be, something that would be awesome to do, to share. But I have not done that as yet.
Now, Tika was mentioning about the tea. She said she just had her tea as well. Now, my question to you is, is this tea something you drink once a day, or can you just drink it continuously? Like, I mean, you put it in your water. Me, I drink a lot of water. Can I drink 3 bottles of water of that tea a day, or is it just one time and done? Like,
Yeah. No, so well, depending on your goals, like I said, different people have different goals with the tea. So for me, I don't do it for weight loss. So the most I do a day is maybe two, because I just do
mhm.
it to constantly flush when I'm not cleansing. If I am cleansing, if I am detoxing, if I'm on a fast, then I use Queen of Fua's products, because that kind of has more of an internal cleanse where it's purifying your blood, it's purifying, it's just going a little bit deeper. But if I'm not doing, a restrictive type of cleanse, then I do this maybe up to twice a day, just because you want to keep, your colon is like the main part of your body that determines your health, your gut health. They call it your second brain. So if your colon is not, if you're not regular, if you're not going to the bathroom every time you eat a meal, you're not going to the
Every
bathroom.
time you eat a meal?
You should. That's if you every time you eat a big meal, you should be going to the bathroom. So if you're not doing that, then you need to at least have. You should have two to three bowel eliminations per day. So it might not be every time you eat a meal, but you should actually have two to three bowel eliminations per day. And that's a healthy, colon flow. If you're not doing that, then you're backed up. Okay, so
How
this,
much is, go ahead.
so yeah, so
You're
this
about to answer my question.
twice a day. Sometimes I do it once a day because, like I said, I don't do it for weight loss. But people who are doing it for weight loss may be doing this 3 times a day. Tika said she does it before lunch and dinner. So you can do this. I know some people are doing it like 8 times a day. So it's really depending upon people, because, and the thing is, it's all natural. The ingredients are hemp extract. They don't. Oh, what's on here? It has papaya extracts, like just chamomile. So everything is just really natural. That's going to facilitate, that gestational, inner workings of the colon to get you moving. So you can definitely do this. And actually, Steve, if I'm not putting you out there, if you are interested, then we could definitely, do like a whole challenge, and then you could, see what your results are, about the tea, if you like them and different things, and just your results if you want. So I'll definitely be happy to provide you with some products.
Well, let's do that. Let's do it. I know, and I was going to ask you, what's the cost on the tea, and what's the cost on the vitamins, this way people would know. And can they get them from you? Where do they get them from?
So you could get them from me personally in person. I have a home store, and I also have an online retail store. So if you can't get to me, or you prefer to purchase online, the link is actually on my Facebook group, and it's on my Instagram page. If you click the link in the bio, the link to
Mhm.
the tea is there, where you can just order online and it will be shipped to your house. The package of this tea, it's a 30-day supply if you're doing it once a day. And the price for this, it's like $54.99. Same with the NutriBurst. And like I said, this is a 30-day supply for one person. So
And that 30-day supply is how much? Is $50?
yes, $54.99 with like shipping. So, But also, if say you're not ready to commit to a whole bag of tea, I actually offer you could get a week supply from me, and you'll get the raspberry tea, you'll get the lemon tea, and you'll get 5 sachets for $20, and that's a week supply. And then you could try it and see what your results are before you commit to it. And there's also a trial size of this for $14, $15 as well on the website.
All right, I think we should do that challenge that you're talking about. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. What's it called? What's the tea called?
So this is called Iaso Instant Tea, and it's made with broad spectrum hemp. And what that means, basically, from broad spectrum means that it has more of the proprietary benefits from the entire leaf, whereas full spectrum, they just kind of extract the CBD. So no, this tea will not get you high. For those of you who are wondering, you have a government job. Yes, you do your drug testing because this does not contain THC, but you're getting the benefits of hemp, the benefits of CBD, which it's just, you could go on and on about these benefits. So, and there's also actually, this is a mushroom. It's a Siberian mushroom that also, this is for immune, to keep up with immune health. So, you know, what's going on now with COVID-19 and everybody's immunity, you want to definitely make sure that you have a immune boosting supplement. So this, again, this package, most of the products range from like $50 to $60. But like I said, I also sell sample packs. So if you want a sample pack, you can just let me know. The same thing with the Juice Plus for the children. Actually, Juice Plus has a wonderful promotion. If you buy, if you sign up for a year's supply for yourself for Juice Plus, or for one of the children in your family, you get another year's supply. So you're getting 2 years of supply of Juice Plus for the price of one. So that's awesome as well.
That's awesome. That's good. That's very good.
So there's no excuses to, like, you know, not be healthy, not have ways to maintain your health. And then, you know, think about it too. You know, I know some people are like, well, I can never go vegan because I can't give up meat. I can never go vegan because, you know, I just like this too much, or it's too hard, or it's something, right? And nobody's saying that you have to give up these things indefinitely. But, you know, try, you know, if you just have, say, your oxtail dish, Steve, one day out the week, but like the, you know, the rest of the 6 days out of the week, you're really consciously making an effort to put, you know, certain foods together that's going to benefit the restoration of your body and your cells, then it's going to be much better for everybody. So.
All right. So let's go ahead and do that challenge. How would we do that? What's your idea?
So my idea is we're gonna get you started with the teas and the NutriBurst, and why we do both is because when you're detoxing and getting rid of stuff in your body, you need to make sure that you're putting in nutrients to help facilitate that void that you just detox from your body. So a lot of people, when they detox, they feel like lethargic and tired. And, oh my God, that's because they're not replacing it with certain nutrients. So we're gonna start you on the teas and the NutriBurst, and you're going to, let's say, how long you want to do this challenge for? A month?
Oh gosh. All right, let's do the month challenge.
All right, so let's do a month challenge, and I'm gonna get all of Steve's favorite foods, right? And we're gonna recreate these meals for Steve while he's on a challenge for this month, and we're gonna see how he does, right?
Oh gosh, you're killing me now, Akiva. Oh man, you're killing me. Tika said she'll take a week's supply.
No problem. So, you know, you have my Facebook link is at Cultivate Life, and the same thing on Instagram. So you could definitely get at me there, send me a DM, and we could set it up. So there was another question I saw too about something.
The Rue was asking, It's in the tea. The tea. So you can do that hot and cold, right?
You do it hot and cold. So I don't do it hot because I do a lot of different things. Okay. So I do in the morning, like I said, I do my breath of life with my lemon water.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps me that when you do that as soon as you wake up, like before you brush your teeth, before anything, that really helps to clear out all that mucus that was in your system overnight. You know, the word breakfast, breakfast is actually break fast. You're breaking the fast. So when you break a fast, you really want to go light with what you're introducing. The SAD diet, standard American diet, will have you eating bacon, eggs, waffles, pancakes, all this sugar, all these calories, all this fat. And that's not what your body needs in the morning. Your body needs some fruit, your body needs some teas, your body needs different sources of energy and sugar to actually get started, but not like this processed sugar, not this white flour, not any of that. And then your biggest meal that you should consume should really be in the afternoon. So like lunchtime, that should be your cooked food meal. That should be like the biggest thing you're consuming because our digestive system is actually aligned and in tune with nature. And because the sun is at the highest point of the day, that's the highest point of our body's digestive, where all the juices are like at their heightened point. So the heavier the things that you want to eat your heaviest meals around noon, and then later on in the evening, you want to have like your lighter meals, like your salad, baked potato, whatever that's lighter before you go to sleep. You never want to eat heavy meals when you go to sleep, and then before you go to bed, you definitely want to have some tea if you have a hard time sleeping. You could do some berries because that helps with the melatonin and serotonin productions. Also, I don't have it here next to me, but the company offers CBD drops that help you sleep, and just people who have like dementia, ADHD, arthritis, just the formula that are in those drops also helps. So,
Well, and that's how my grandparents used to eat back in the day. My grandparents, they cut sugar cane, and they would eat their biggest meal like in the morning time because they're going out to work it off. And then when they come home in the evening time, they eat, but they didn't eat like they did earlier. Because,
right.
it doesn't make sense to have that large meal and then sleep or sit on that meal. But in the morning time, especially at lunchtime, that's when they really eat.
Yeah, yeah, and because our ancestors, our grandparents are more in line with the traditions that we are now kind of have shied away from. And actually, there's a book called The China Study, and I spoke about it last time, but it's a really really great book because it speaks about there was I don't know who the guy was that did the research, but basically it was like a doctor, nutritionist, somebody who went to indigenous cultures who did not have access to the foods that we had access here. And he went and he studied, their health. He saw that all their teeth, they had no cavities, they had nice straight teeth. He saw that, their bones were strong, they had no vitamin deficiencies, they had long hair, like, just all these things. They went to the Amazon, they went to Africa, they went to China. So they went to all the 7 continents and observed these indigenous cultures. And then what they did was they introduced them to the SAD diet and started giving them Coca-Cola and Wonder Bread and whatever else they gave them. And then their bodies degenerated. So this just goes to show you that the foods that we have our parents or our grandparents grown up with is the foods that we actually need to actually go back to if we want to maintain a healthier diet. There's also a study that they did. It's called Pottinger's Cats, and I know you're like cats. What does that have to do with me? But but
I was like, no, go
you
ahead.
could YouTube it, but it was sort of like the same study. This veterinarian, doctor, whatever, he took 2 full breeds of like wild cats that were like not domesticated, and he held them in captivity, unfortunately, and he bred them. But then, as he bred them, he started giving like the bred cats like cat food and just things that the cats in the wild were not eating. And by the seventh generation of these cats, the cats were coming out deformed. They were coming out with like just horrible diseases. You know, people say, "Oh, my dog had cancer." How does a dog have cancer? Like, you know, it's just, you know, because of our processed microwave diet.
Yeah.
And we really have to understand how these foods are really not helping us; they're actually destroying us. So if you actually Google that, I challenge. It's just this really quick video. Pottinger's cats, but he took the two wild cats. They had no problems, no diseases, no nothing. They were fine. Put them in captivity, bred them. The seventh generation, the cats had like and even in their DNA, their genetics were altered. Like their genetics had mutated. And you know, the cats, like I said, they weren't even cats anymore. They were docile. They weren't like, you know, they had nothing of their culture. They weren't wild. They couldn't even, you know, crawl out the cage if you left the gate open. So think about it.
And it's true. I mean, when you think about it, because again, I mean, going back to my grandparents and the way they ate and the things they did, and they were healthy. I mean, they were strong, you know. And you start to look at them and I always use the example all the time about dreads. You don't see a dread, you know, with cataracts and because they eat the idle food, they eat healthy, you know. So I mean, and if anybody out there know a dread with cataracts, prove me wrong, but I'm just saying I don't know one. I don't know one that has all these different ailments that we see everyone has. And I'm not talking about these people that you see with this with you know with their nutty head. I'm talking about people that actually dread.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
real.
yeah, you know what I mean? The one that eat off the ground, like, you know, they eat the ground provisions and, you know, and like just the what you call just idle food, just straight idle food,
Yeah.
you know.
And
But,
that's these food are providing those minerals. When you think about the boiled yam and the green banana, like we might not think about, hey, we want that now because there's McDonald's down the street. But those foods have fortified, that's like iron, that's, you know, magnesium, that's zinc, that's niacin. We're not thinking of the nutritional benefits that these traditional foods provide. So
and so let's talk a little bit because we you know only got like 10 more minutes left, but let's talk a little bit about some of the other things that you can do to cleanse your body. We talked about the vitamins and stuff like that as far as putting it back into your body. What else can you do to cleanse your body to cleanse your blood, your liver, your kidneys, brain function? You know, what are some of the things you can do to reverse some of the effects of what you might already have? Things like your eyesight, your blood pressure, you know.
definitely. So there's many different things. The first thing I just want to say, and I'm always going to reiterate this point, everything has to do with your diet. That's the baseline of everything. So you really, really have to get your diet in check. We offer consultations to actually see where you are and to see how, you know, where you want to be health wise. I'm not a nutritionist, you know, I'm not licensed in that, but as a sacred woman practitioner, this is something that I offer to my women. And there's also people in the community who are licensed and certified who do this as well. So that's something that you definitely, because your health is your wealth and your diet is the key to everything that is happening within your body. So things that you can do is definitely increase the fruits that you're eating every day. Like, you know, how the doctor said, you know, 5 fruits a day or Sesame Street. That's real. Like, you really want to do that. Right? And you want to really do, you know, maybe more vegetables, more salads, more steamed, not like fried, not, you know, we cooking it to death, not, you know, you want to do steamed, lightly steamed, or, you know, raw vegetables such as salads. Okay, you want to do that. And you could even do juicing. Juicing has so many benefits. For all of you who do not have a juicer, please go get a juicer now. Because I find with people who can't really consume or don't like the taste of salads and that just that bitterness, that bitter green taste, juicing is going to be amazing for you because you could, like, this morning, well, not this morning, a few mornings ago, I don't like, I like steamed kale. I don't like the raw kale unless I'm like making my vegan kale Caesar. But other than that, I don't really like raw kale like that. I like it steamed. But however, when I put it in the juicer and I put my cucumber, I put my green apple, I put my piece of ginger, it takes on a whole different taste. It's so refreshing. It tastes really, really good. So definitely get a juicer. Start juicing, because that's another way you're going to be getting these live minerals into your body. That's another way that you're going to be able to consume vegetables without having a big plate, in front of you 10 times a day. So get a juicer. Drink hot teas in the morning. You can drink lemon tea in the morning to help you detox and clear away that mucus. That's something simple that you could do. You could grate some ginger in it to start getting, like I said, that heat going in your body to help cleanse and detox that mucus that you have in the morning. So that's another thing that you can do. What else you can do is you can do Epsom salt baths. Epsom salt baths are really, really amazing. You can put some essential oils into the bath. What's that going to help you? That's going to help detox um, your organs. The skin is the largest organ on the body. People don't think of your skin being an organ, but we have pores. Our skin is absorbing, the water, everything. So if you can actually take an Epsom salt bath once a week for yourself, you're going to actually feel those benefits because your body is going to detox every time that you do that. Now, if you have high blood pressure, you don't want to do Epsom salt because the introduction of salt is going to actually make that condition worse. If you have high blood pressure, you want to find alternatives to putting salt in your meals. So like seasonings like Spike, they sell Spike at, it's called Spike seasoning. It's like a Mrs. Dash, but it's a little bit more spiky. You can find things like Spike. Mrs. Dash 2, the salt-free version. That's still going to add flavor to your food, because I'm not gonna lie, the food's not gonna taste good if you don't add flavor. You're not gonna eat a raw piece of steak. We always joke around, people gotta know how to season their food. That's where the flavor is. So you can make anything taste good with seasoning, but be careful about the seasoning, because sometimes it has MSG, sometimes it has sodium dioxide, sometimes it has a lot of things that are not helpful to your body. So you always read labels, and if the labels are things that you cannot pronounce, and you don't know what it is, put it back. Okay, just don't even buy it. If you're buying garlic powder and it just doesn't say powdered garlic, it says like 10 other things, you don't need that. Just put it back and get the regular garlic powder. Or you could even, make your own garlic powder by dehydrating some garlic, putting it in a blender, and you got garlic powder. You know what I mean? So, think about ways to but you want to, like I talked about, the dulse seasoning. That's an alternative for salt too. So you want to, find different ways to find foods that are going to complement the flavor without having the detrimental benefits of, say, that Morton's table salt, which is horrible. Please do not use that, people. Don't use that. And
well, if they were planning on advertising on the show, I guess that's done now.
My bad.
Not as best of a
But yeah, it's not good for you. So, even you could have like pink Himalayan salt, but if you have high blood pressure, there's Celtic salt. It's a gray salt. It's very fine. It's very salty, but it has the minerals because it's coming directly from the earth. So you want to find salts like that if you are going to use salt, or salt alternatives where you do not have to use salt. And if you do use salt, even if it's the healthy salt, a little bit goes a long way. You don't want to like over salt your food. Having healthy fats, add more avocados, more nuts, more seeds. Sometimes the nuts is a little bit heavy on the digestive system, so be careful with certain nuts. Definitely seeds. You can always have as many seeds as you want to, but those are healthy fats. Those are those omegas for brain function. Okay, you don't always have to eat I don't know, whatever. Remember we used to get cod liver oil? Okay. Now you could have avocados, you could have nuts and seeds like the chia seeds, the pumpkin seeds, especially for men. Pumpkin seeds are amazing. Okay, just try it. Then ask your wife later. Okay, pine nuts, pine nuts, sunflower seeds. You want to consume these healthy fats because that's going to help with omegas, the brain function. If you have a problem with your eyes, definitely blueberries, any dark berries. Um, what's the other one? Blackberries, elderberry. Elderberry is really good for the immunity too. You could just get elderberry. If you get it on Amazon, make elderberry syrup. So you really want to go back to traditional ways of eating. And then also, too, do not forget movement and exercise. Those are very important. And you don't have to go get a gym membership to do any of that. Walk around your block once a day. Do something like yoga, something like Qigong. Just turn on YouTube and do like a really simple breathing exercise, especially our breath. Our breath is super important. And not a lot of people breathe diaphragmatically, which is breathing into the diaphragm, which is it feels like you're breathing into your stomach, okay? But you want to be able to breathe deeply, especially now with coronavirus and where our breath is compromised and we got to wear masks everywhere. You want to breathe, 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 breathe deeply. Like we all should take a deep breath, like right now.
Breathe in.
And breathe out.
Breathe out. There we go.
Just breathe throughout the day. Okay. What are some good prebiotics? Okay, so prebiotics, some good. There's probiotics and there's prebiotics. So they're two kind of different things. The pre and the probiotics, I'm not sure the differences, but I know with the probiotics, that has to do with the gut health and introducing the good bacteria. And I think the prebiotics actually flushes out and kind of minimizes the bad bacteria, but that's something that you can Google the difference. The good ones, our company has a prebiotic. It's called ProZ. So that's a good one. There's also, I think it's a raw code that you could find in Whole Foods. Any prebiotic that's in the refrigerated section is a good one. If it's not really refrigerated, it's not so good. So you want to think about because think about it, they have to keep it refrigerated, to keep it live, to keep it fresh, and those are those live enzymes that you want to reintroduce to yourself. So if it's sitting on the shelf and God knows when, then it's not going to have those live enzymes. Also, if you're looking for prebiotics and probiotics, there's a drink kombucha, which is a fermented mushroom. And you could also do that too, but be careful. But we're doing that a lot because you don't want to introduce a lot of yeast into your system too. So those are just different ways to do that. Let me think what else. Oh, also go to sleep early. You want to go to sleep, get some REM sleep. That's something that I still, I'm not able to do all the time. But if you go to sleep at least by 10 and get your REM sleep, because that's the type of brain function we need to reset our brain, you want to definitely make sure you're going to bed early. And I don't know, drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated. That is super important to stay hydrated. Like I said, our body is 70% water. So you could, if you're not hydrating yourself, you want to drink, people drink, I know, a gallon of water a day. I'm not there yet. I might drink maybe half a gallon, but I do teas and fruits and juicing. So drinking water and staying hydrated.
All right. So of course it's coming up on the hour. It's lunchtime, so I gotta run. But I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to thank you for bringing information to us. As always, every time you're on here, I learn something new. I am gonna take that challenge, and we are gonna post that on Facebook and on Lunchtime Talk with Steve, just so that people would know that we are doing this challenge. All right. If you guys are looking for any of the things that Nikita spoke about at Cultivate Life, you can find her on Instagram, on Facebook. If you Google at Cultivate Life, you're going to see all of her stuff just pop up. So,
yeah, and our website too, www.cultivatelife.com. You can get the link to the YouTube, everything. And on Tuesday, we're actually doing a community health forum. It's going to be online from 2 to 4, where I have different practitioners, holistic people in the community. We have a mental health specialist. We have a Qigong specialist who's going to talk about Chinese medicine, which is actually African medicine, and how we can use that to boost our immune system. We have Baba Pearson coming on to talk about the different herbs and tinctures that you can use. We also have a Reiki master and a ordained priestess to talk about your spiritual connection and mental healing. So that's going to be Tuesday, June 23rd from 2 to 4. It's going to be live, just like how this is live on Facebook and YouTube. So definitely get on my page, and there's going to be an event for that, and you could just click that link and plug yourself in on Tuesday.
All right, you guys heard it here first. All right, lunchtime talk with Steve exclusive. You heard it from her first here. All right. So again, we thank you for being on the show, because you always bring that information, and I really want you to come back again. I really would like to have you back on the show again. And I'm going to reach out to you after the show so we can talk about the challenge and get that going. All right.
Definitely. I'm super excited. The next time I'll I'll put a book list together, and for those of you who are looking for maybe what you should eat instead of what, I can also put that together of different alternatives so you can embark on your wellness journey.
All right, perfect. All right, Makiba, so I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna I'll give you a buzz and we can talk about that, and I can pick up some of those products from you, because I like that. It's the easy way to get healthy.
It's an easy way. There's no kerosene and aloe vera.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks again.
Okay, bye. Goodbye, family. Thank you.
Bye. So, guys, you guys heard it here first. You heard it on. Let me get there we go. So let's go ahead and get healthy. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do the challenge. We're going to see what we can do about this. I'm going to post it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, because it's going to be on video, and also on my website, lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com. By the way, again, like I said, if you guys are watching on the replay because you're not able to get Facebook or YouTube from your job, here's the trick. Use this right here, lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com, and you can go to live, and you'll see it live right there, exactly what we're doing and what we're talking about. And you can participate in the conversation, everything straight from the website. All right, that's the trick. Don't tell your boss. All right, cool. Anyhow, as always, I tell you guys, take care of yourself, take care of each other, do a random act of kindness for a stranger. If you see that you have a friend, a neighbor, someone that can't get to the food bank, pick them up, take them with you over there to get some food. If not, bring the food to them. Either way, just make sure you take care of someone, all right? Pick up the phone and call someone you haven't spoken to in a long time, because you don't want to wait until you hear something happen to them and then you go, oh my God, I should have called. No, call them now. Talk to them. Say hi. Yeah, all right. Again, people, you have to take care of each other. You are your brother's keeper. All right. Thanks very much. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Reach out to Makiba at Cultivate Life. That's Life, L-Y-F-E. Reach out to her, Google her. You're going to see all her social media, website, and everything pop up. All right, guys. Thanks very much. You guys see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're actually going to have a couple special things going on, because for those of you who don't know, tomorrow is actually Juneteenth. So I'm going to broadcast some stuff tomorrow morning because of Juneteenth. And then we're still going to do the show at lunchtime. We're going to have Felix Palazzo, who's actually the executive director over at AMI Kids Radio Fort Lauderdale. And we're going to have a couple of police officers on there with us as well, talking about some of the things that we're doing in the community, because as you know, I sit on a lot of different boards and a lot of different committees. So I wanted to talk about some of the things I'm doing and some of the things that other people I know are doing. So let's end the week with some good news and some good stuff. And of course, that knowledge of Juneteenth that a lot of you may not already have. All right, guys. Thanks. Talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
Whoa, did you guys see that? If that happens to you, call me at 305-316-8815 and I will help connect you with people that will fight for you.
La